Hey y'all, Bush here. Plants vs. Zombies is really well known for its wacky cast of classes, variants, and weapon selection, but today I wanted to talk about the most important aspect of the game, and that are the maps. The maps bring a lot of variety and gameplay strategy to the game, with its amazing design and colorful aspects and different routes and approaches we can take to win the game. For this video, I'll be splitting up on how we look at the maps, the first half being the small maps, which contains Team Vanquish and Gnome Bomb, just with map design, and the second half will be the large scale maps, where we'll go in detail with everything, how it feels to play on the Plants and Zombies side and the map design. And I'll be ranking them of how much I personally like them from least to greatest. Remember, these are my opinions, so you can 100% disagree with me. Without further ado, if you want more videos like this, I recommend subscribing, and if I hit 6K, I will try to interview a big PvZ creator. But without further ado, let's begin with my least favorite map being Zot Estate at number 12. Zot Estate is known for being the first map to be developed and revealed during this game development, with 4 main areas, a pumpkin patch, a graveyard, and the main lawn and central area with a backyard. I don't really like this map due to how dull it feels and flat it feels to play on, with this being the only type of high ground being a structure and just small uphills not giving any good vantage points. I will give it points for having a destroyable pumpkins and having a Slenderman Easter egg, but other than that, it's a really crappy map, which I just don't have fun playing on with its very open areas. Number 11 being Crash Course. Sadly being the last map to be added in the original game, it just sucks. Despite being one of the small 2 maps to have a day and night cycle, the map is split into 2, which is normally fine if it wasn't so damn open for snipers to kill you. It takes time to look for people, and going on top or under the bridge is just a death wish because of how visible you are. Everyone is scattered around and don't really know where to go to pick a fight, and Garden Ops, this map is just god-awful. Number 10, Suburban Flats. Being a major step up from Zot Estate and Crash Course, Suburban Flats has a lot of color in it, with it being a suburban area with many houses, a treehouse for high ground with so much cover, and different routes you can go for surprise as an enemy. The main points of interest would be a graveyard area, the house itself, and the trailer, and the treehouse. And I love the layout, but the reason why it's so low is because I have more favorite maps. Number 9, Shark by Shores. Shark by Shores is great with the amount of high ground there is, with so much structures and variety of the location, with having a shopping center in the middle, a big bridge for high ground, the coastal beach area, and rocky rocks on the far right. It feels really balanced to play on, but the reason it's so low is because I personally didn't like how the layout of the map is, but overall, it's really good. Number 8, Jal Junction. Added during the Tactical Taco Party DLC, it being the second map to have both day and night version, it's a good map because of many different locations, variety to explore and fight on, with an underground area full of jewel making it very colorful. The cowboy town is a lot of fun, and the center is so much fun with the train that goes through the middle if you die, if you get hit by it, and there's some Easter eggs here or there. It's a great map and very fun places to fight in. Number 7, Port Scallywag. Port Scallywag is great for the castle and boat area, with a clear indication where to fight, and it's great at fighting around the area, but that issue is people can camp around this area, making it really annoying, but I just love the design of the map, with the water, the small beach area, the skull looking menacing, many great memories here. Number 6, Chomptoown is my second favorite map, with the amount of variety of areas to go to, with different vantage points and colorful details, with it being during added to Garden Variety Pack. No wonder it's one of my favorite maps, with there being a pizza parlor, a garden center, and many different shopping areas to explore with high ground. It's so much fun to be in. And now for my favorite map, Garden Center is my favorite small map, with it being broken into multiple different sections with variety to go to and fight in, with a total of 9 areas, with the main area having many different vantage points and routes to go up to, no matter what. It's my favorite map to fight in, and one of the few maps to make a return in Garden Warfare 2. Now we're moving on to the more tactical part of the video, with the rest of the map being the large scale ones. How I'm going to be ranking these ones is how I feel about playing in them when I was younger and how I feel about playing them now. I'm not going to go too technical with everything because I'm very bad at that, but I will tell you what I like and don't like about it. So without further ado, my least favorite map is Cactus Canyon at number 4. The only new large scale map to be added during its time in development, with the smallest objective with 5 objectives. I love the idea that zombies crash landed here to destroy a plant facility, but the crazy vantage point the plants have on the first point is ridiculous. With high ground like this, it's so hard to break through. The second objective isn't as horrible, but the third checkpoint has always been miserable to break through. With 2 visible checkpoints to go through, you are an easy target to get shot at unless you jump over the fence or find a sneaky way to get in. Once you get to that, the final objective is not that bad, with multiple different approaches to attack and to get the point. But holy crap, the minigame is awful. The objective of the minigame is you have to shoot a golf ball to land on top of a cart and push it into a payload type of objective. If you're wondering why people didn't like the payload thing in BFN, I can attribute it this is why. We have such little time and the checkpoints don't really help. And I feel like if we have a total of 4 to 5 minutes flat, it would have been better instead of giving you 2 minutes to work with. The recurring theme of all this is the plant's final objective is so hard to breach, but it's satisfying. But for this map, no matter if you won, it just never felt satisfying at all, and I just don't like it. Number 3, Main Street. A personal favorite of mine, and was supposed to make a return for Garden Warfare 2, had a lot going for it, with there being 7 objectives, multiple different locations we had to travel to, and it was a lot of fun. Main Street, in my opinion, had the most unique turns and curves to travel to, and it feels balanced to play through as zombies. The backyard is where you start off. We have to go through a river with multiple different entrance points and a tower for high ground. Then you must go through an apartment complex with 3 entrances to pick from. It's the hardest choke point of this map because of how easy it is for the plants to lock it down. Then the rooftops, where you have different high vantage points and ways to get to the objective. And after that, we go through a burger and taco restaurant objective, with both have different ways for you to attack and to break through and defend. Finally, the hardware store is the best point for how it gives everyone in the game a fair position point of attack, with different high grounds, different ways to attack and get to the objective. It's amazing. And it's a great final point, till the minigame. The minigame just sucks. That's all I can say about it. It's not as bad as Cactus Canyon, but so what you have to do is run through an entire parking lot to plant a bomb to stop the giant nuke from launching. The reason it's horrible is not because of the corn firing down and killing you in one shot. It's not that you have to get into the area to place the bomb. It's the placing the bomb part, which sucks. Where you have to wait 15 seconds to set a bomb, and you're very vulnerable. And with the plants, more specifically pea shooters, being able to get on top of this structure, it's really easy for you to get shot off. And you have to plant 4 of these, so it's painfully sad. It's a great layout, just a horrible minigame. Number 2, Driftwood Shores. A coastal beach with 6 objectives. It's very lovely and pretty to go through and explore, because I love coastal maps. We start off at Zomboss Mountain to jump from the top to make our way to the point, with 2 main routes to go through and a lot of crazy high points for the zombies. After we fight through this place, we head to the Marina, where you have 2 different points to go to. We can go from the low ground or the high ground. The left side has the high ground, which is a very easy advantage for you. In my opinion, plants have the worst disadvantage here, but at the same time, the plants can take over the high ground to have a fair point. After this objective, you head to the docks, where it's probably the best point in the game, with its multiple places for the plants and zombies to jump onto and get high ground, multiple different routes and access areas, which is amazing. From there, you travel to the castle, a giant castle with 3 entrance points, with the plants having a high ground from the castle. From there, you head to a ship garden to go through boats to capture the objective, with many different approaches to go through. And from there, you get launched out of a cannon to the minigame, to a mega flower, where you have to find weak points to shoot it and destroy it. I like this objective. I like this minigame because of how climactic it is, with being shot out of a cannon and flax cannon shooting fire at you. It has a very strong choke point because you have multiple plants guarding it, but once you break through it, it's really easy to take down, and it's a great finale to the map. Now time for my favorite map, and yours too, since I made a return to Garden Warfare 2, but I ain't gonna show it yet, because if you made it this far, I recommend subscribing to help me reach 6K subscribers to help interview a PvZ creator. Now, everyone's favorite map, Walnut Hills. This map has the most colorful location and points, and it's the map used for most of its trailers. The map opens up to a graveyard, contrasting the colorful backyard of where the plants have to defend. The zombies have to make their way through a suburban area, where there's equal footing for all the plants with 3 entrances for the zombies. We then move on to a treehouse, with plants having high ground advantage points, with the zombies having multiple different paths of attack. We then go through a playground, where the zombies and plants have tons of cover and high ground, and multiple different places to attack from. Then we're off to the garden, with a beautiful tree and open entrance point, with equal footing for all the characters to use the homes as high ground. From the garden, we go into, my opinion, the hardest point on this map, being the estate house, due to it being where plants have crazy high ground advantage over the zombies, making it very hard to open it up, with the zombies having to travel uphill to go through. Lastly, we go through a clubhouse with a nice pool area with lots of cover and multiple routes to get through, with the plants having high ground. Finally, the minigame is running uphill to get to Crazy D's mansion. It's so much fun, with the walnut cannon shooting at walnuts at you, and you have to dodge them or destroy the cannon. There's 3 different approaches of attack, with the middle, left, or right entrances. We have to run across the field into the mansion. From there will be multiple traps and surprises waiting for you from the plants, but with smart planning and abilities, you can brute force your way into it, making it one hell of a time. PvZ 1 maps are amazing, and it added so much to this term of a game. I sadly ain't the most crazy technical person when it comes to gameplay, but I can tell you from a casual point of view, I enjoyed it. Garden Warfare 1 is my childhood, and I loved it to death, and I wish most of these maps made it to Garden Warfare 2. But it's only a dream right now. So like and subscribe, and goodbye, and see you for Thursday's video.